What's up, everybody? It's your old friend, the Godfather from what? Markout Mafia. And I am fresh off of a two-day, two-show run. And wow, what a weekend, let me tell you guys. Whew, there's nothing like that adrenaline rush you have on the way home from an awesome show and from a really good time. It's a long drive home, but by the time you get home, you're like physically crashing from it. But it's almost 2:30, and I'm still running strong. I'm on a strict pattern of 19-hour days, so 5 hours sleep. 5 hours sleep is all I need, except for when I stop in the middle of the road for no apparent reason. It looked like a stop sign to me. It didn't look like a stop sign on the side of the road, but there was like white lines. Anyway, between stopping in the middle of the road, being stuck by trains that were 40 miles long and going 2 miles per hour, every bit of the road trouble and technological trouble we had was totally worth what we got to experience this weekend. Of course, Friday was 1CW with Madman Pondo. That was awesome. It was just excellent. And then tonight was LSE's third anniversary show, Revolution 4.0. Or Revolution 4? Is it Revolution 4 or 4.0? Anyway, it was a tremendous card with, wow, where to begin? I don't have the full results from the show. I actually need to go back and look at the card and look at my footage and see what the card was. It's hard to remember. Every single match, when you're filming, your mind's going some other places. But I can tell you everything that sticks out. And that would be, we'll start with the hardcore match. Sweet mother of God. It delivered. In came Hooks, and Bellman and a third competitor kicked it off and beat Todd, I believe was his name. So I'm sorry, dude. I'm tired, and I don't have the card in front of me. No disrespect. But they came in and tore the place down, quite literally. By the end of the match, Bellman walked away and defended his title successfully. And there was broken glass. There were thumbtacks. There was massive blood loss. It was a spectacle to behold. I've never filmed a match where light tubes were used until tonight. So I got that out of the way. I got that experience now. Oh yeah, don't forget, mark out. So I got that experience now. Thank you, Bellman. Thank you, Hooks and Todd. Was it Todd? Todd, are you okay? His friend was the ref. Anyway, Bellman successfully defended. I just washed my hair. I got to do this fluffy thing. Hope you guys don't mind if I primp like a 12-year-old. Looking in the reflection of a mud puddle. The Brothers West faced the Un-Americans in a TLC match for the Tag Team Championships, and wow, these guys tore the house down too. Tonight was packed with so many good matches. I mean, it's like any other sport. You're going to have nights where are a little off, but tonight was just spot on. I mean, the Brothers West went in and faced the Un-Americans in a battle for the ages, and the Brothers West captured the LSC tag team titles in the end, and the Un-Americans officially split at the end. It seemed that Corvus blamed Richie for their loss and basically got laid out by Richie for his grievances. So I'm interested to see where this feud goes. And the Brothers West walk away victorious, and the crowd couldn't have been more pleased with the outcome of that match. And of course we had Sarge take on who? You know, that's right, Ice inside of a steel cage. In the beginning, Ice tried to get away. He climbed out of the cage, but unfortunately, he went through the door in the first like 10 seconds of the match. But fortunately for Sarge, there was a stipulation on the match prior to the bell ringing that you had to it could only be won by pin or submission, not by escaping the cage. So Ice's efforts were fruitless, and he got put on his ass by Sarge for the 1, 2, 3. That brings us to the highlight of the night that made everybody go out and have a Miller Lite. And that would be Big T versus Ryan Stone for the LSC Heavyweight Championship. And what a battle this was. Back and forth, chair shots, brutalizing, and moonsaults and blood and more cheese grater on the steel cage. And the cage was used to its fullest of its capabilities. If the door needed to hit somebody, it did. If somebody's face needed ground against the steel, it did. If they needed to be thrown into it and tossed back in the ring by this velocity, they did it. And Big T and Ryan Stone, you know what? Everybody tore the house down tonight. It was unbelievable. They tore the house down. They beat the holy hell out of one another. It was back and forth and back and forth. With, are you ready? Are you ready for the result? Can you handle the truth? Can you handle the fact that Big T walked away as your new LSC heavyweight champion in a match that was incredible, and in a match that was a long time coming for Big T? He captured the LSC heavyweight title. Everybody came from the locker room and celebrated with him. Well, not everybody, but there was a celebration in the ring. You can see that all on the DVD when it is released. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention that? There will be a DVD for the 30th anniversary show. So if you couldn't make it there for a small price, you can own it and watch it as many times as you want. And you get the best seat in the house, baby. You get my seat. My seat is the front row. Nobody else has the front row. I have the front row every show. Did I get through the list yet? No, of course I didn't. We got through that. And I want to talk about respect in the biz. And tonight, it never fails. I mean, and of course, I'm a mark. I wouldn't have created Mark Out Mafia if I wasn't a mark. But tonight was incredibly I don't know how many hands I shook tonight, and how many people approached us and talked to us, and how many pleasant conversations we had and connections we made and laughs and good times. It was unbelievable, man. No, it's like not a bad attitude in the building. It was just great. It was a fun night. Now I can't say that the crowd didn't have a bad attitude. One girl who got told to shut her bitch ass up by LA Black, which you can see on the DVD when it is released for a nominal fee of, I don't know yet, but we're going to keep it real low for you fans because we want you to have this night and we want you to mark out. But respect in the biz. I always say respect in the biz. We'll just talk about respect in general. If everyday life were like tonight, the world would get along a lot better. Handshakes, smiles, pleasantries, and overall good vibe. So that brings me to Big T, and I want to give him a big thanks for really giving us the rub in the main event by wearing our shirt and winning the title in a Mark Out Mafia shirt. A lot of you may not understand that aren't wrestling fans if you're watching this for some reason. Those of you that are wrestling fans, or even in the wrestling business, you could understand the validity, what's the word I'm looking for? How important something like that is. I mean, I'm there filming it, and yeah, I'm there covering it, and I'm going to write about it, and I'm talking about it now. But this was the main event. This was a steel cage match. This has been promoted for days and weeks, and two men who risk life and limb get in the ring, and one of them's wearing Mark Out Mafia on his chest to win the heavyweight championship. For not being a wrestler, to me, that's the biggest rub you can get. That's just awesome. That's phenomenal. for somebody to do that. To me, it is, because there are 1,000 shirts in the world, just 1,000. There are millions of shirts, and I'm sure he had plenty, and he wore that one. That was awesome. Big T, thank you for marking out with this. That was incredible. I was running the camera, and it was hard for me not to mark out. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those odd feelings you can't explain to people. It's like explaining to somebody, ice cream tastes different to everybody, and so does booze. So, called an acquired taste. It was absolutely, it made sweating and hurting all night, my back hurting all night, 100% worth it. Not just the great matches, it was a great show from bell to bell, but that last match, that made my night. Now I'm going to quit marking out about it, because I probably sound like a babbling baboon. Does that sound appropriate? I want to go ahead and give a plug out to Tussle for the Tatas. It is a breast cancer awareness show that is happening Friday night in Franklin, Ohio. I got to pull the info up. Once again, here I am doing everything last minute. And I'll just get the info and I'll tell you guys exactly all the info right from the flyer. It's at the Miami Valley Sports Center at 6972 South Dixie Highway in Franklin, Ohio. Tussle for the Tatas, a benefit show for Phyllis Booz. All proceeds go to her to help win her fight against breast cancer. It's going to feature Dre Jacobs versus Mountain. It's going to feature Cody Hawk versus Dean the Dream Jablonski. It's going to also feature Mary Elizabeth Monroe versus Tom Bellman. Also, Vengeance and Morgan versus Mike Brody and we don't know. Tickets are $7. This is Friday, June 27th at 7 p.m. Go there, do it, mark out. Once I get information on Saturday's show, I believe there is a repeat, quite possibly. I will let you guys know in another edition of Marking Out with the Godfather. So check that out. Go support a good cause to help fight breast cancer and to help this lady win her battle, because we all know that medical coverage in this country sucks, and it's all about profit and it's not about healing. So come on out, support, help. My camera view changed. That's weird. It's like it got wider. Anyway, this is the Godfather. I want to tell everybody good night. I'm going to go play some GTA and finally get to sleep. So don't forget to do it. Mark out! Do it!